hi everyone.
Hello and welcome to the Universus Academy podcast. I am your host, Matt Childress, and with me is assistant to the host, Mr. Chris Smith. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, head host. How are you? Oh, I'm about to get Snowpocalypse 2024 Part 2
Oh, dude.
tonight.
Yo,
Yeah.
what's crazy about
Yeah.
that is, I kid you not, all right, earlier this week, we had crazy storms, like literally in time. It was dark outside at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I still had to
Oh,
go in and have
cool.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, I kid you not, tomorrow, we're supposed to have some more in-time storms rolling through, apparently, and it's going to be like bad thunderstorms and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's not supposed to get into like 10 or 11. They
Yeah.
proactively went ahead and canceled school for tomorrow. So I'm about to
School.
have a 4-day
Oh,
weekend.
heck yeah. I have a 3-day weekend after tomorrow, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like we were supposed to have Snowpocalypse 2024 Part 1 on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and it was nothing. It was nothing like normal. It was just like normal winter weather.
Right.
But this time it's supposed to be like, oh, some Alaskan jet storm. It's gonna bury us all, and we're all gonna die.
The
And go
Canadians are
get your
coming for
milk.
you? Oh, better
Go
look
get your
out.
go get your milk. Go get your eggs. Go get your toilet paper.
It's
Whatever.
milk and bread, man. It's
Panic.
milk and bread. That's all you need in a snowstorm. I've learned that
Yeah, I
growing
mean
up
you
in
need
the
to wipe your
South.
butt too, so you do need toilet paper. But
That's a good call.
but
Good call.
really, to be honest, it hasn't been too bad. I had locals and all that fun stuff yesterday, and it was good times. And we had an event this past weekend. We
We
had some news to
did.
talk about. We should really just, I don't know, we don't really have any plan for today's episode, so
Nope.
it's just
It is fly
wing
by
it.
the seat of your pants and
We
strap
love
in because
this.
storms are a brewing and they're coming for you. Um,
It's like that scene in Phantom Menace. My bones are aching, Annie. There's a storm a coming. So yeah, the
man,
old
I do
lady says
not
it.
remember
Yep.
that scene from
Oh
Phantom
yeah, it's
Menace, but that's because I only
yeah.
remember Duel of the Fates, and that's all that really
Oh,
matters.
fair,
Um,
fair. I remember that movie because because it's Wizard Annie and this is pod racing. You can't forget that
Ooh,
stuff.
yeah, but I
So
try to just
yeah.
block all that from my memory. I'm not a big,
Oh
not,
come
not a
on.
big pod
It
race
was
fan.
okay. So quick tangent. So if you want to watch, if the best way to watch
I already
Star
know it.
Wars is
I
this
already know
way,
it.
right?
All right, go
You
ahead. You
ready?
tell me. I already
You
know it
watch.
though.
Okay, you ready? You
Hmm.
watch. Okay, so it depends. So you start. Oh man, you can do a couple different ways.
You
But
tell
the
me
way
your
I
one favorite
like.
way, and I'll tell you my way.
Okay,
How about that?
okay. So you go Rogue One,
Mm-hmm.
New Hope, Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
You skip Phantom Menace altogether. You go backwards to Attack of the Clones,
Mm-hmm.
Revenge, or you can go sorry, New Hope, Empire, then Attack of the Clones, then Revenge of the Sith. Then you go to Rogue One, so then you're caught up to continuity, and then it's like you have this cliffhanger, like, oh man, is he really Luke's father? So you have this cliffhanger, and you go backwards, and then
Mm-hmm.
you come back to Return of the Jedi, and then you just don't really watch the sequels
All
because
right, so
they're a different
my
timeline.
approach is slightly different.
Yeah.
Start with Rogue One, which is kind of like self-defeating because Rogue One's amazing,
Yep.
and like
Yeah.
you're probably gonna be a little disappointed for a little while afterwards.
Yeah.
Not
Exactly.
immediately
Yeah.
because you go straight into A New Hope and then
Yep.
Empire. To your point,
Yep.
you get the reveal, and then you're like,
Yep.
wait, no way, that dude's
Yep.
Vader. And then you watch the
Mhm.
prequels as if they're like a flashback, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
then when you finish,
Yep.
Revenge of the Sith, you jump back
Yeah.
into Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
continue from there, and then you just watch through the end.
See,
Clearly, you could not watch the
yeah.
sequels if you don't want to, but
Yeah.
I like all of them enough.
Oh, me too.
You know,
I mean, I like
I'm
them for what they are.
right.
They're
I'm
just
critical
more
of
Star
some of
Wars
them
to
more than
me.
others, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I still love Star Wars. And man,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be cool if Star Wars were the sci-fi property that we're getting
Yeah.
at the end of
It'd
the
be
year?
cool.
But it's not going to happen.
Not happening.
Not happening at all.
No. See, the
Disney
reason is
got that on
you
lock.
can cut out Phantom Menace altogether
You can.
because it really doesn't serve any purpose, and like everyone knows, like
Right.
Obi-Wan was his master, yada yada yada. You don't
Right.
really
Well,
need
and
to
that's kind
find
of the problem
out.
with Phantom Menace,
Yeah.
right? But let's not
Yeah.
get to go
Yeah.
down this too far. Man.
Sorry.
We're already
Sorry.
pretty off
We're
track. I'm
nerding
sorry.
it up.
If
Sorry,
you're
we're
not a Star
nerding
Wars
it
fan,
up.
but a UVS
Yeah.
fan, don't worry, we're back. UVS is back.
back.
So, yeah. So let's talk about this past weekend, right? We both played in the
sure.
online
Let's do it.
event.
Yeah.
Both had, I'd say, some pretty good success in the online event, right?
I think we ended up both 5-2, right?
We did, yeah. We were both 5 and
Yeah.
2.
Where did you? I got 16th. Where did you end up?
18th.
Heck yeah! Look at that.
Yeah.
Top 25%, baby.
Yes,
See,
sir.
if we would,
Get this
you would have
promos.
bubbled out, and I would have been facing Jiro in top 16 if we actually did the actual things. So, yeah.
And dude, like, so, all right, I want to talk about like one great day of games, some
Yeah, it
crazy
was
games
fun.
along the way. I played Bakugo 4 off of Void this time. Love the deck, super pleased with it. Made a couple of changes. Actually played, so like my losses throughout the day, I know one was to a Nezu with Mill, and it came down to a situation where like we played. It was like a 50-minute game one, and we get to the final turn, and I'm almost cycled out, and they end up cycling as well, and literally the deck only ran 12 attacks. It was the Breaker 2 secret rare from set 5.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chronostasis trigger.
There you go. And then it's of course Gut Punch, and then it's the eye beams, the heart eye beams that bounce back to your hand. So you play that.
Queen
you
beam.
pitch a 4, you pick up your mill, and then you pull that attack back to your hand. So you always have it to do that with or whatever. So you can pull back every turn. It's clever. It's fun. They were even saying like,
neat.
Yeah, they're like, I'm just playing this because it's a meme deck, and they were like, I'm doing better than I thought I was, and like it was a great game. And yeah, at the end he was even saying, he's like, dude, the only reason I think that I actually ended up winning that game is he had a lot of knowledge because he had been playing Bakugo nonstop apparently until that event, and he made like top 8 with him. I think at Tam's thing or whatever, like the Bakugo that made top 4.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry if I don't remember your name, man. You were awesome, and I should remember your name. But like the situation came down to I had 2 cards left in my deck. A foundation and an attack because I counted it. I knew, and I needed to draw the attack to win because I built huge into deadlock because he had 0 deadlock threats, right? So I'm like 15.
You use order, I assume, right? Use order.
It's all.
All okay. So yeah, all doesn't have.
Punch.
I mean, if you're not playing punches, you and it doesn't matter.
Snack time, like that's their best one, like they draw. So he didn't have any deadlock threats worth it. So I just built to like 15 at some point, and I was playing like it was gonna be my 5th attack. Like I already played 4, I'd gotten him down. He was at 1 or 2 health or whatever. Like literally anything printed kills him.
Kills
and,
him.
I realized that I use an ability to draw a card, and I draw the foundation.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and it is what it is. That's a super close game. He and I were talking about it afterwards. And then my other one came down to I had the attack. I just needed to either check a 5 and I won the game, or check a 3 and I fail the attack and I don't win. Yeah. And that's what happened, right? So like my 2 losses on the day were really close losses. So I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah. I went with Mount Lady to Off of Earth. Played my girl. I've been playing the deck for a while, kind of like how you've been playing Bakugo 4. And I streamed the event. It's on my Twitch channel, the VOD, twitch.tv/Brody1. It's a 9-hour endeavor. You can watch it. It's fun. It's. I mean, like, hey,
TLDR, he goes 5 and 2.
Yeah, TLDR, or go 5 and 2. But the matches are really cool. I lost to a Shigaraki 3 because I sequenced my attacks wrong with the -1, and I think I get there if I play Canyon Cannon X. Then I just make the Falling Skies for his life total and kill him. But I went high attack and then Falling Skies, and I'm like, well, this sucks, because then I checked bad or whatever, and it's like I couldn't slam the last card, so I overthought it instead of just playing it like I should have. And then I lost the mirror to the Mount Lady on Void that topped. I drew attacks, checked attacks, and he had a well-timed nullify to stop my pitch 3, draw 3 counter Titan Cliff that I had in game 1, or I would have killed him.
Wow.
Because I had 5 attacks on turn 1, on turn 2, and he was dead if I was able to just get 5 counters. So but. His name's Frank
cool.
the Red Mage is his Twitch handle. He's really cool. He's in the Mutant Meta Liberation Army. Those guys up in the Massachusetts area that used to be King's Court Gaming, and now they're some defunct
King's Court's not a thing?
I don't know if it is or not. I don't know. It's weird. I don't keep up on game
spread
drama
rumors,
because
man. That's how the artificial wrestling beef gets started. We ain't trying to put no false information beef with somebody.
I don't know. I think the wrestling beef is good. So I think that makes fun storylines. But no, it was really cool to see the other version.
Sure.
And he didn't play Canyon Cannon, which is really awkward. He played it was a punch deck for the most part.
Okay.
Issue is his counterpoint is his counter gains very slow.
Right. Or non-existent almost, right?
Non-existent. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he had Titan Cliff in the deck or not. 'Cause it never showed up. But he was more along the lines of, I'm going to play a longer game where I'm going to put 3 damage on every move. I'm going to repeating you. I'm going to rejuvenating you. I'm going to harden chop you with 7+ damage. That's a thing, you know. me playing my Earth build, it was more of a I'm going to turbo counter. I'm going to aggro the hell out of you. I don't care what happens because I'm here
Right.
for a good time, not a long time.
Right.
So Mount Lady came to step on people. So 5-2, very cool. Top 16, top 16. I was 16th, but it was neat.
Yeah.
I've already made some changes to the deck just to
Yeah.
make it a little more resilient towards the mirror. So we'll see if that helps out because I think she is number one for the LCQ. So because
Dude.
one, she's my favorite character and I get to
Right.
play her. That's like a cool like icing on the cake, right?
Yeah, and that's the way that I feel about it too. Like I love Bakugo.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally tried to play him since set one, and
Mm-hmm.
like I play my locals, but I always knew he just wasn't good enough in the meta. And man, Bakugo 4 feels good. Like
Mm.
even the mill deck that I played against, which was easily the most difficult one, because it wasn't the fact that he was milling me; it's the fact that
Mm-hmm.
Nezu gets to draw a card every time I draw a card. So like
Yeah.
my deck has just enough card draw. That really became a nuisance. So like even further,
Yeah.
he pops a chivalrous and he draws two and I draw one. Like I was just like,
Against a
oh,
discard deck? Yeah, I could
yeah,
see that. Yeah,
exactly. So
that's
like,
brutal.
yeah,
It's like your
like
worst matchup ever.
it really was. I told him afterwards, like, I feel like this is a really bad matchup for me. And I was telling him like, there's this really cool. I got to do citywide, a
Yeah.
citywide play where he drew on my turn. He was trying to figure out if he wanted to do it or not, and like
Yeah.
what. And then I was like, respond, add it down. He was like, oh. And he's like, hold on, give me a second. I think this is actually like the play that determines the game. And he wasn't wrong. Like me making that
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
affected the outcome. That's how I was going to be able to get him with that last attack if I could have
Yeah.
drawn it, because he didn't have the card at
Yeah.
that point. His card pool was
Yeah.
clogged. And anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
all that to say,
Very cool. Yeah.
super excited. Made some slight changes as well.
Yep.
And I look forward. Like my favorite thing about the deck is it doesn't play any set one cards. So when Yu drops, I get to keep playing
Yeah.
it.
Yep. So I do want to give some shout outs to Will Howard for winning the event.
Yeah, our boy
Well,
Will. Woo, woo.
I say Will. Hello, Will. Congratulations. And to Ryan Kogod, who is
Yeah.
Jazzy in our Discord, who is also a Patreon subscriber. Congratulations for
Woo-hoo.
being a man who did not lose a match to a person and get second place.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was
I love.
okay. So they had okay, they had
Yeah.
like okay. So before you go into it, they had the most epic of game ones,
They
right?
did.
This
That game was
one went
insane.
is insane. Like I thought he was dead. Like I thought Ryan was literally dead. I walked away to go wash some dishes real quick, and then I came back, and then Will was passing into him. I'm like, what? He didn't die? And then Ryan claps back, and
Yeah.
then we have the ultimates of ultimates. The Discord gods said no
Right.
and disconnected him in between games. So
Yeah.
which is insane. Which it could be an internet thing. It's whatever. It's just it could be
But, all right,
because there's six
so-
people in the Discord room, which
Right.
is really weird.
So
So
he
go ahead.
gets a game loss for a disconnect between the matches.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Uh-huh.
pause right there, and I understand that like people have to be held accountable. Like I played against a dude from Australia round one, and like his internet was struggling, but it wasn't actually his internet. We figured out it was his camera, and like he got a game loss because we couldn't get it fixed in the first like 15 minutes or
Yeah.
something. But then he figured it out.
Yeah.
So anyway, we played 3 games. It was great. He was a super cool dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all that to say, like, why did they not just deck check him?
Check him.
And then let him play game two.
Exactly what I
It's
said.
a warning.
Exactly what I said.
It's a warning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if it had happened during the game, get it. You lose that game.
Oh yeah.
Pack it up.
Because that happened later in
yes.
game 3.
Right. And
It
then in game
happened. Yeah.
3, that ends up happening and
Yeah.
he gets lost there. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Even further,
Yes.
even if it was like it happens twice in one game, it's like, all right, dude, like something's up, But like,
Yeah.
it happened between the games. Like, what's he going to
Yeah.
do? He doesn't even
It
know if he's going
literally-
first or second. I mean, like, I guess he
Yeah.
probably did.
It
but,
literally should have been a deck check and just warning and move on.
Yeah,
It really
lay your
should have.
deck out. We all know what's
Yep.
supposed to be in it. You had to.
Yep,
we checked
exactly.
it already. Like,
Yep.
and like making pick up his play mat. Like, I don't care. Do whatever you have to do
Yeah.
to feel good
Yeah.
about his play
Yeah.
space and make sure he doesn't have anything
Yeah.
smoked up. Like, show him your sleeves and
Yeah.
all that. Just whatever.
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
that
Yeah.
to me was the thing. I was like, I get the rules are the rules. We need to
Yeah.
fix that about the rules. Like, if you get a DC
Yeah.
in between them,
Yeah.
force a deck
Just
check.
deck
Like
check.
someone.
Super, it would take 5 minutes.
Yeah, well,
it would
someone
take
in the
literally 5
comments
minutes.
explain to me why that's not already the rule. Like, why
Yeah.
do we have it this
Yeah.
way? Like, and I'm not saying that to be
Yeah.
a jerk. I'm saying genuinely, I want to understand because I want to play in more online events. Like, I have a lot of fun doing that.
I honestly don't think it's ever happened in between games.
Yeah,
so
the
that's
time, and
why
the
it's
timing
never
was
come up.
uncanny, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
match ends, and then it like they were shuffling or whatever or siding,
Yep.
and then it dropped out, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
he comes
Yep.
back, and it's like, oh, by the way, you get a game loss. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yes,
it
props to
sucks.
him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
legitimately props to you, man. I loved what he said. That's what I was gonna say earlier. He's like, in typical Endeavor fashion, I
Yeah.
went and I
Always
played
number
really hard and I beat everyone in front of me and I still ended in second. I
Yep,
was
I
like,
love
that's
it. I love it.
amazing.
Yeah, I
Um,
say that's one cool thing about Ryan though. He doesn't really dwell on a whole lot of things. He's already like later that evening we were
mhm.
already talking about how to make the deck better for the
Sure,
LCQs because
sure.
he's going to Worlds because of this prize money.
Yeah, that's
So that's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah,
yeah.
but Will, I think Will showed that he had the kill in hand for the most part. So
Mhm,
like when Ryan was probably dead no matter what in
mhm.
game three, but
Yeah,
we don't know
right.
checks and blocks
Yeah,
and
like
whatever.
I said, game three,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
personally don't have a problem with him getting a game
yeah.
loss for the DCing in the
Oh
middle of
yeah,
the
same.
match. Like,
I agree. Yeah.
but like it just like I said, the game two thing was what I didn't
Hmm.
get.
Very
But yeah, no,
weird. Very
props
weird.
to Will.
Yeah.
And he's been fine tuning. I know they've already talked about this in the post game as
Yeah.
well interviews, but like he's been
Hmm.
fine tuning that deck and really working on it. Likes
Yep.
that deck in particular. So I'm glad to see.
You
And
know,
guys,
he
like
used to play another character that was 7-hand size and gave -1 to checks way
right,
back in the day.
yeah,
So, you know.
fair enough. But like the thing is that like I think it's just such a great um story and element of this story to highlight is that
Yeah.
what ends up happening is like they asked him like, do you think Shigaraki's the best character in the room, and he's like, no, I don't. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best decks, but I don't think he's definitively the best deck. Like, this is not the thing
Yeah.
you need to worry about when you go to an event. Like,
Yeah.
should you be prepared for it?
Oh
Yes.
wait, I think he's underselling it. You still have to worry about that character because if you're not
Well,
prepared for that character, you will get bodied.
right, but that's what
Yeah.
he's saying though. Like, he's saying you need to
Yeah.
be aware of it. You need to know this matchup and
Yeah.
how you play into it. But
Hmm.
like, it's not going to be the Kirishima 2 of
Yeah.
Nats last year, right? Or 2 years ago. It's not
Mm.
going to be the Mirio or overhaul of Nats this year, where like
Yeah.
this is the two decks or three decks that everyone knows that you got to
Mm.
be able to deal with, and if you can't, then you're just not going to make it. Whereas Shigaraki is
Mhm.
like, hey, this is a known quantity as well, or it should be to you, and it's good enough to
Yeah.
hang with those decks. But
Yeah.
you're not going to play against like six of them over the course of 8 to 9
Oh yeah,
rounds,
for sure.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
all that to say, the story that's awesome there is
Whoa.
again, you have someone winning with it's not a pet deck, but it's a deck that
Ah.
like they've really put a lot of time into,
Mhm.
and it's not
Mhm.
just selling out and playing whatever people tell you is the best deck. And by people, I mean people like us, the content
Yeah. I
creators, because that's
think
what we
I
do. We
think
tell you what's good.
Tim I want to say Tim made a joke on the stream about
Uh,
how it's Will Howard's version 37th
uh,
of Shigaraki 3. So it's like he's been since set 6 has
yeah,
dropped, he's just been playing that character and playing that build
right.
specifically.
Probably
Like
since set
like the
4,
living
hasn't it? Like when
I
Shigaraki came out.
think maybe I know he's been
Hmm?
I know he's been messing with it. Like the
Yeah.
living spikes tech is the one of the coolest things to
Oh
do.
yeah.
Like it's just like cool. Like he's like cool. Are you gonna if he gets -2 to his next attack and he just gets to slam whatever attack he wants on like nothing. So
Wait, what's
then
this
he has
deck?
what
Wait, what? Sorry, I might have missed it.
living spikes.
Uh huh.
It's the hood cards, the 6 diff. I may be
Okay.
remembering what it does wrong. It's in the deck. He
Yeah.
plays living spikes in the deck. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what it does because you're searching for it faster. You're a
I
faster
am.
typer than
All
I
right.
am.
So it's a 6 difficulty, 6 low for 6. And it says
Yeah.
enhance. Add one attack from your discard pile to the top of your deck. Villain enhance,
Yep.
destroy one foundation. Destroy one rival foundation. Your rival may discard a card to cancel this ability.
Oh, fair. Okay, so he sets up his Shigaraki draw with it. Do you want him to have that tongue whip?
Oh, that is dope. Yeah. Add
Yeah,
one
and
attack
it
from your
has
discard pile
breaker
to
on
the
it.
deck.
It has
Yeah.
breaker on it too, so it fits right into and his
Yeah, it's
deck
got
is
breaker 1.
and it has mostly lows and like it's low heavy.
So
So
he's
yeah.
like, play living
Yep.
spikes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, like you said, I'm gonna put this card that's really good in this one situation that we happen to find ourselves in to finish out my hand. Make a check
Yep.
against a 5.
I-
It's a 1-. Do you really want it, or are you gonna give me
Yep.
that target recursion?
Yeah.
That is dope.
Yeah.
That's super
Yeah. It's
cool.
super cool. Yeah. Like I saw him playing that. I think it was in Unfun. Was it Unfun or he was just testing against Tam? I think
Uh huh.
on TTS in one of Tam's videos.
Hmm.
And I was just like, that's disgusting. Like that living spikes. Like because
Yeah, I
he
think
didn't
1 or
have it
2
in
would be the
there.
most you could run to that. But
Yeah.
yes, yeah, that's still
Yeah.
cool. That's really
Like
cool.
it's super neat. Like the tech is super cool. It's like cool. I'm
Hmm.
gonna just pick whatever attack I want up out of my discard pile,
Hmm.
and then more often than not, you've already made 3 checks by then, so he can also use the Dobby card just to flip and draw it.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
true
just
too.
like,
Yeah,
oh, what do you want to do? Like
yeah.
Shigaraki 3, like evil and even evil itself got a lot of help from Dobby, like from that
Yeah, which is
support.
interesting because like his support's very.
Like,
What I guess it comes down to is it's very focused, right? It's focused on the amount of
yeah,
checks you made stuff and like the
yeah,
hacks and stuff. But the thing is like so was Shigaraki and so were a couple of other character
yeah.
cards. It's kind of
I
like how
mean,
all the play from other zone stuff
Blue Flame
works.
Torment is one of the best cards in the set, and I
Yeah,
think people
it's
kind of slept
generically
on it
good.
at first
Yes,
because
it's
it's
pretty. Mhm.
they're like that's the best card in his kit, but it's just kind of it's weird,
Yeah,
but it's
well,
still it's like
even
yeah,
even Will was pointing out, he's like, yeah, like you saw Keenan doing it because Keenan ran a similar build at Evil Shigaraki and made
hmm
tops with it, and he was like,
yeah,
he was saying how he's like, yeah, like you get to play this on a 5, and then your next check is or your next card gets
it's
-2 difficulty effectively because you get
difficult.
+2 to your check. Like it's pretty
Yeah,
good. And I'm like, that is
yeah,
pretty
Blue Flame
good.
Torment's fucking great. That
Yeah,
card's super good.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It was a good
um,
tournament. Like outside the ending, okay. So the tournament felt like a Netflix movie where it was super, super cool all the way up into the end where it just kind of drops off because
mhm,
that's what most Netflix movies. And
mhm.
so, but like the tournament was great. I think Ryan and Will have decided that if they're both at the HLC, they're gonna run it back. They're gonna play the same decks against each other, or
Okay,
maybe they're gonna do updates and into it, but they are
okay,
gonna have a best of 3 set at the
that's
HLC.
cool.
So
That's good
that's
sportsmanship of
neat.
them.
I'm gonna start taking bets now on everybody. I'm gonna start taking bets and we're gonna put money on this stuff. I'm gonna be the guy holding all the money. So if I don't show up to the HLC, okay, I guess now you
Oh,
don't
guess
have
I got all your money.
just got
Whoopsie.
all your money. Nah, I think that'd be really cool though to have like a little like sportsmanship type. Hey, they're gonna try to figure out the real winner and
Yeah.
not just have Discord axe Ryan from it.
Right.
But no, but for sure, I would love to. I actually told both of them going into Top Cuts the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I go, well, obviously I wanted Ryan to win it and get in finals because he's my boy. Because
Mm-hmm.
he's only been playing for a year. He's in he's in Milwaukee, so it's like about an hour ish
Mm-hmm.
out. But we're all considered the same play group because we
Mm-hmm.
all venture to each other's stores.
Sure.
And then I was like, I've known Will forever, and I'm like, man, Will, I
Right.
really want you to. I want you and Ryan in finals. I think that would be like the coolest matchup. And they actually ID'd in 7th round, which is really funny. So yeah, so
Well,
yeah,
I guess
yeah,
they kind of
which is
didn't ID, but almost ID'd
yeah, almost
again in
ID'd. Yeah,
finals.
so it was kind of funny. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, but everything's look. I mean, like from that weekend, we had like 130 something odd players, and
Yeah.
that's great for some shot in the dark webcam event, like in the
Yeah,
middle,
and
like at the beginning of
also
January.
like so I didn't realize that it was exclusively cut to top 8. Like I played the first one, but that clearly wasn't paying any attention to the pricing and all.
Yeah.
And I didn't do as well, so I was like, yeah, whatever. But
hmm
like I'm sitting there and I was like, wait, how many? Like I was asking our Discord, even I was like, how many do you need to make a top, 16 or whatever? And it's
Yeah.
like, it's just how they structured these tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because honestly, like outside of making it to like top 4 or even just finals,
Yeah.
the pricing is
Yeah.
good enough, but
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's
And
pretty light.
they did say on the post,
Mhm.
in some of their tournament rules, special events, they can amend rules. So
They
that's why
amended
we
what the
were,
top cuts would be. Yeah.
they amended top cuts. Granted, I
Yeah.
think I mean, I hit 16th, so I would have loved to play in another
Right.
round.
Right.
But like you could have just had the same pricing and
Mhm.
then just start bumping it up from top 8 and on. Just it would add like an hour to it,
I don't know.
like
Yeah,
at
it's
most.
all good. I'm not complaining. Like
Yeah. Oh
legitimately,
yeah,
the
for
event ran
sure. I had a
smoothly.
blast.
Had a
Yeah.
great time.
Yep.
Loved my deck. I'm very pleased.
hmm
My problem is now that I definitely am starting to be like, you know what? I think I need, Chris. I think I need to get a Chrome Rare Bakugo,
Oh God.
but I'm not going to buy boxes and
But
I'm not going to buy a
you
single.
know what? You
So
know what's next?
I'm going to need that
You know what's
those
next?
prize packs to be real good.
What's next is that I need an HLC stamped Bakugo
Yeah,
Chrome Rare.
no,
Is what I
dude.
really
So I
need. That's
looked.
what I
You
really
only
need.
get that for getting second place. It's
Yeah, I know.
finalist. It's not champion. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
okay, so there's
know.
gonna be
I
one
know.
of those. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm,
Yeah, I
I'm,
know.
I mean, like, I guess I could just try to make the trip happen and then just get there, and then I'll be like, hey man, you can take first. It's fine. I don't want to create a character card again anyway.
I
Create a
mean, I
card
think
again.
second place does get to do that anyways.
No way. That's the
No?
champion prize. You get to create a
That's the
card.
champion prize.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought they also allowed it. I'm gonna I don't
Yeah.
know. For
You
some
look
reason
into that.
I think it was second place too, which is really
There's
weird. I
no
don't know
way.
why.
There's no way. It's always been. That's the
I don't
biggest
know
prize in
where
gaming. You got to be the winner to get
I
that.
know it is. I know it is. I just
Yeah.
don't remember where it was at because. But
Uh-huh.
anywho, I don't really care. But anywho,
Yeah.
quick.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do a quick. I mean, like it's already over because this isn't gonna be. At the time of recording, I've already done my box opening for the Challenger Series decks, so I'm pretty sure this won't come out until after tomorrow. So
That's correct. So we'll not.
that's sad. Okay, but yeah, uh, I don't know, we have some cool box openings coming up if we haven't seen them
If
already. I know I'm
no, what you
live.
mean
I
to
don't know if
say,
you've done it.
what you mean
Yeah.
to say is, if you have not watched our Bebop Challenger deck box opening videos yet,
Fair.
then you need to
Yeah.
go back and watch them.
Yeah,
And that's
that's
when we'll
yours.
say,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll link it somewhere in here, and then I never do it because I'm
Yeah, I know.
lazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I know. You
honestly,
know how easy it is though to do?
it's
It's super
super
easy
easy.
to
I
it's super easy to
accidentally
do
did
it.
it one time and I had to delete it because it wasn't the right thing for an episode. So it's really
That's
easy. You
awesome.
can accidentally
That's
do it.
cool.
But
Yeah. I
yeah,
do know that
mhm.
I guess will this will come out before next Thursday, right? Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
so we're gonna plan on doing a cool little experiment. We have decided to pit the Challenger because everyone's poo-pooing on the Challenger Series decks. Everyone, I don't know. I think they're
Competitively, they're
cool
saying they're not very competitive
competitively.
compared to
So
the
so what we're
last
gonna do is
starters.
we're gonna do something cool. Since we each have, I got some from my Twitch channel and Matt got some for the UA channel. We're gonna fight each other, but we're gonna pit the set 6 decks versus the Challenger Series decks, and we're doing a little twist since I played Toga and beat the crap out of Matt
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
I get to play a Chaco into I think you get Bebop, right? Is that
yeah.
what
I'm
we
gonna
were
take
talking?
Bebop. Taking Bebop.
Okay. And then I get the vice versa. I get Vash the Stampede or Wolfwood against
Toga.
Toga.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. And then we may live stream it Thursday. We're gonna try to do a live
Yeah.
stream episode, maybe a little bit if things work
Yeah,
out.
if
So
not else, we'll do these matches live, right? Like I don't know if
yeah,
we'll do all the
yeah.
other stuff for the
Oh no,
pod
no,
like we
yeah.
normally do, but like,
We'll
we'll do a live stream
definitely
with
do
some
the
matches,
matches
kind of like you
live.
do live stream
Yeah,
stuff on yours anyway. I'll
yeah.
join
We'll
you
definitely
guys.
do the
And we'll,
matches. I don't know about the
yeah,
pod or anything, but
yeah.
we'll
We
definitely do
might
the
still
matches.
have to record the pod, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, and I think that'll be a good way because like. To your point, people have been pretty negative on the Challenger series, and
Yeah.
like to be fair, some of it's
Yeah.
pretty narrowly designed, but not
Yep.
all of it. And even further,
Yeah.
just because something's narrowly designed, like I just was talking to you about how great of an experience I had playing Bakugo, who literally is a
Mhm.
character who you have to run his full kit or he doesn't do
Yeah.
anything, and
Yeah.
it's still a competitive and
I
fun
mean, you
deck.
do get to run that Tetsu card, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of cool.
The-
That's a
yeah,
free.
there-
That's a free damage. That's free damage. I'll
there are
take.
other cards that
Yeah.
also complement it, but like you have to like
Yeah.
I mean literally you run at the very least you're running all of his attacks.
Mm-hmm.
You might not run his ultra rare depending on preference, but you're running the
Sure.
other three.
Yeah.
100% 4x of all of them. You're running his 1 and 0 diff foundation for sure. You probably don't
Mhm.
run the 2 diff, or at least I don't. Some people like it, but like
Oh,
is
is that the one that discards when you draw?
no, it's the one that you commit to give your check +2 if they've if
Oh
they've
yeah, that
discarded
card.
a card or whatever.
Yeah. Nah, you don't play that card. You
Yeah.
play the other one.
Yeah.
You play the rare. The rare's really good.
Yeah,
The
bring
foundation.
it on. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. And like so that's the thing, like you're running like 80 to 90% of his set of his stuff, and it's a fun and competitive deck. So what I'm getting at is that just because these decks are designed in a similar fashion doesn't mean they
Yeah.
aren't going to be competitive.
Which is
but
really funny
we're going
because
to test it for you guys.
Base was the same way, and Bakugo's like a spiritual successor to Base, and Base ran just his stuff.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
it was kind of it's kind of cool that they're kind of likewise.
Generically
But
strong characters,
yes,
generically strong.
so we're gonna do that for you, and maybe settle the score, and see
If nothing
what
else,
decks are better.
If nothing else, we'll give you some
So
data and some example games,
yeah,
right? Like even
some
if
fun,
it
some
does,
fun
it's not
stuff. Yeah.
definitive. Maybe it goes exactly like 50-50, which would kind of
Who
be saying that it's okay.
we all know Matt's Toga deck is not gonna look as nice because it's not fully XR'd out like mine is.
It's not gonna pop off like yours did either. Like
I know, right?
we were playing like that game one. It was like, well, Matt actually doesn't get to play. Just back it up.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
um,
Yeah, but I'm also looking forward to playing the Trigun characters more than the Bebop characters,
Yeah.
even though Faye's nuts.
yeah, face seems
But
crazy.
I think Vash is my kind of character. you
Yeah,
know?
well, he's kind of All Might 3-ish, right? Like he's drawn a bunch of
Yeah,
cards. But,
exactly.
Like
And he puts speed on stuff.
he does
It's
put
great.
speed on stuff, which is also good. And like I think the thing is it's the Nejire approach, right? Like you don't have to push the button all the time, guys.
Yep.
And figuring out when you push the button and when you don't push the button is like step one to being good at playing a character.
Yeah.
So you buy this thing, and if every turn you're like, I have to figure out a way to discard an attack, and then you're like, I never kill anybody because I don't have any attacks. Spoilers, it's because you kept discarding all of them. But like maybe
Yeah.
you have like some. Really, I think you want to use that to have like cool lines using all the other cards that react to whatever the top card of your discard pile is, and that's where
Yeah.
the fun and the depth of playing those characters and the Trigun
Yep.
stuff comes in. Whereas
Yeah.
Bebop, it's more about managing your staging area and your face downs and playing that little mini game. And like I think both will be good. Here's something that I'm surprised by: so many people are poo-pooing on Spike.
Yeah. We all know of another. Well, I mean, because another character that got unilateral stats and
Yeah, asymmetrical
got banned.
stats here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, it's right. Asymmetrical. Yeah, that's right. That's
so like, I literally don't understand how people don't think this character's good.
But you need to flip your entire stage to get Ojiro 2 numbers though, Matt. He doesn't
Yeah.
do it on turn 2 like Ojiro did, so he's not as good.
Yeah, all right. So this character is not a turn 2 character. If that is your measure for if a character's good, you're right. He's trash. But as soon as you reach a critical mass with him of hitting like 6 face downs and everything's getting +2/+2 for actual free.
That's actually really good. You don't need. I mean, Ojiro 2 killed a lot of people just +2/+2, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And even further, he does other things to help him draw cards, and you can get to +3/+3. Like, I don't know. Like, that is a character that I am concerned about. I would love to be wrong, but like, I think in the expanded outside of the challenger decks, like when this character gets into the actual meta, like people are just going to figure out ways to not die on turn 2 or turn 3, and then it's going to hit turn 4, and you're not going to have an answer to this guy because all of his attacks are a problem.
Or 3/3.
Yeah. And like, if people's argument is, but all your foundations are face down. Yeah, tell me how many foundations you need to win a game right now. Like that do something that you're like, if I don't have this in play, because Stronger in Darkness is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like there are foundations that were like that, but very few decks. I would say the Bakugo deck is a deck that needs certain foundations to be able to win and close it out because that's how he gets his -1s or extra ones. But that being said, you can do it without them. You could rabble rousing into another rabble rousing, and then you just kill anyone. Like I threw 50 damage one turn effortlessly.
I think you did that on the New Year's Day stream where me and you played. You did double rabble rousing, and I'm like, well, I'm dying this turn.
I'm a jerk. Yeah, it's a scumbag. What's he doing?
I know.
So like, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, you can win with just the orange cards in your character. And like, so like, I mean, notion of my foundations don't do anything.
The whole Bebop meta was check 5s, take lives. You didn't care what your foundations did. You just turned them sideways to pass checks. That's all that mattered.
Spike 1.
Yeah.
That man was the S tier. That dude was insane. This guy's not quite that, but he is not too far behind in my worst nightmares. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong, guys, but I don't know.
I mean, it's a good segue into our next topic.
I digress, and instead, we're gonna.
It's a very good.
And we're gonna talk about.
See how I just laid you up?
You did,
like the pro hero number 23
Boom.
from Chicago, playing from Chicago, Illinois, the GOAT. I need to do that whenever I play pro hero number 23s. I need to get the Bulls music hitting. It's like or get the soundboard where it goes from downtown.
Are we gonna have to get jerseys just so you can wear like number 23 when you go to events? Like, is that what's gonna have to happen?
I'm not opposed to that.
He's like, I'm not a big jersey guy, but now that you mention it,
yeah.
So what they're doing, and this is a really cool thing. We want to make sure you guys know about it.
It is the best thing, honestly. It's really cool.
Challenger Series launch event. So to generate some hype about the Challenger Series, and I've got it up on the screen for those of you who are watching on YouTube. For those of you who are listening, I'm narrating that I have it up on the screen. So,
I'm looking on my phone because I can't see on the screen.
So what they're doing is basically they're gonna reward you for playing these characters at your locals. So
it's super cool.
Yeah. So like you're gonna go and it's like, here are the bounty details. It says earn a ton of extra loyalty points that you can use on exclusive Bebop and Trigun Stampede foil alternate arts inside of our loyalty store. So these are exclusive.
Foil, too.
These are exclusive foil cards that you can only get that are alt art from the loyalty store. Okay. It says that's right. Registering Spike, Faye, Vash, or Wolfwood in any UGN sanctioned event during this period will hook you up with some extra Woolongs and $dollars.
I love it.
Yeah.
Did it really say that? Does it really say that in
yes,
this
it
post?
does.
I didn't read. Oh, that's so cool.
That you can use on anything in our loyalty store, including these one-of-a-kind bounties. Not to mention, if you play all 4 of these character cards, you'll get a sweet bonus on top of it. It says you're going to want to check it out to get every single one of them in order to find out who the best gunslinger truly is. And then it goes on, and basically, it does talk about how you have to use their
Oh,
deck
the deck
registration app.
list.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's a
to
key
make it
element
work.
here, guys. Like you have to create your deck list for your locals and submit it through UGN on the UGN app. Okay, make your deck on their deck
Oh,
builder.
I see what she's sitting on now. I just thought
Uh-huh.
she was in a weird pose. She's sitting on a chair backwards.
Yeah, she's sitting in a
That's
chair
interesting.
backwards. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even notice
Um,
that at
so
first.
I got it up on the screen. So it's an alternate artist split second standoff, which is one of the new cards. And it's got a cool picture of Faye. It's gonna be super sweet foil. You kind of, I'm guessing those are shadows, but like I'm sure that's how the foiling is gonna look too, which will be really cool, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Get the Scoop with some chibi type art of a character that I can't identify because I haven't watched Stampede yet.
I
Spoilers.
haven't either, so I
Um,
have no idea.
it's on my list of anime to watch. I just haven't gotten it done.
I heard it's only 8 episodes, which
Oh
is kind
wow.
of odd. Yeah,
Well,
the
the original was
condensing.
only like 10 or 12, wasn't it?
I have no idea. I don't
Oh,
remember. I never finished it.
oh, the original is really good. I mean, like,
Oh, I know that. I
yeah, there's
watched
some
like the
cool
first
stuff.
half, and then I
Mhm.
just kind of fell off. So
Yeah, definitely worth watching. I might try to rewatch both of them. Who knows? Anyway, let's get the scoop. It's a foundation. It's a 1/5, and it's the one that flips. Look at the top card of your deck. You may discard it.
hey, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So then there's also exclusive playmats, and this playmat is
Play
super sick.
Matt.
Yeah, playmat.
It's a
Sorry,
play Matt.
it's 25
Yep.
year anniversary apparently, or whatever of Bebop,
Hmm.
and it's got all the characters. It's really
All the
cool.
main people. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's exclusive to this like time frame in this event on the store. So let's go through the
I
details.
mean, yeah. Yeah. Go
Um,
for it.
so it starts on January 19th, and then it
Which
runs
is the
through
day
February
after.
18th. And
Yeah.
then how to participate, like I said, you just check in on the UGN for your LGS level or higher event. And then you select the character and register your deck on the UGN, and then you play. And that just goes through and it shows you all the other alternate arts you might be
Play
able
at
to pull
least
as
one
well.
round. You have to play at least one round, it
Yeah.
says. So you have to do that. Win or lose, but you have to play at least one round.
Right. So then step 3 says play. Like I said, play at least one round, win or lose. And then it says earn bounties. In addition
You
to
get a
normal
crap
points you'll
ton of
receive
points.
for
It's
LGS,
crazy.
which you normally get 50 points for LGS. So in addition to
You
your
get
regular
50.
50,
You also get a dish. You get 50 and all this stuff. So you almost
yeah,
get like a
it's
crap
crazy.
ton of points.
It's
It's insane.
crazy. Said you'll earn bonus loyalty points for each different character played during this using a different qualifying character card. So you play 2 events with the same character doesn't count as twice. A player will earn bonus loyalty points. So you have to play different characters. So like if you play them twice, it doesn't count. Is what I understand to be
Yeah.
saying. So like if you
Yep.
play Faye for all 4, you get it 1 time. You don't get it 4 times.
Correct. Yep.
So it says each different character played 200 bonus loyalty points. So that's up to 800 right there because there's 4 characters.
Technically 1,000 if you count your normal 50.
Right. Then it says play all 4 characters. So if you do exactly what we just described,
Hmm.
you get a bonus 250. So
So
that's
that's 1250
1250. Yeah.
for a
Additionally,
month.
all players who registered and played a character card who had the highest number of wins during the event will be awarded an additional 250 loyalty points. Play all 4 characters, and you're guaranteed to earn this bonus. So that's the
That is
same with the play all, play
1,500
4.
points. Yeah.
And
That's
then
crazy.
and of course, players earn their regular points for each EG event. Let's see. And you can use these in the loyalty store for new alt art full promos and the playmat. Of course, you can spend your loyalty points you've earned on prior events bounties as well. So you're not getting the points until it says loyalty points will be awarded to participating players' accounts within 7 days of
Sure.
the end of the event. After all
Mhm.
bonus points are awarded, so within a week after
Yeah.
the 18th or whatever it is of February, that's
Because
when
I
all those points
assume they
show up.
have to do the total. They have to total up all the wins between the 4 characters. So that could,
Yeah.
they're giving themselves a week to do it.
Right. Then it says new loyalty store items. So the foil split second standoff alt art is 250. The alternate version of Get the Scoop is 250, and then the playmat is 2,000.
So
So
it's 4K for everything.
yes, which is a lot of points, but like this alone can get you like 2,000 points, like a little
Mhm.
under, like it's like 1,500 or more.
Yeah.
So
Well, 15. It'd be 1750 because of the bonus 250 of the
winning his character if you played them or
winning
whatever.
his character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
So-
pretty much you pretty much get it all.
You almost get the
Well, half
playmat
of it.
automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then if you want to get the others, you need to do a little bit more. So like either way, it's just cool. Like this is just a
Mhm.
cool, and this goes back to what I was talking about before when they were I made the announcement for all the Nats stuff and everything, right?
Yeah.
And the new OP is that they're really leaning into local game store level support, and I think that's
Yeah.
great. I don't have a local game store, so I'm a little sad, but at the same time, I love this idea. I love this approach,
Yeah.
and I think this is a winning formula. Like I think this is
Oh,
what
I do
people
too.
really want. Like they like going to
Yeah.
big events, and we like getting our early alternate art promos, but like having stuff at local levels where I can get other cool exclusive stuff and I can qualify for
Mm.
nationals or whatever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I think I like the idea a lot.
Hmm.
What I'm most excited for is that they have something else in the loyalty points shop that I can spend my 9,000 points on.
God, you actually
So,
have 9,000?
let me. I can give
You
you.
are well. You do
I
go to
can give you my.
weeklies, and you play in the Unfun Fridays like all the time.
I
So
play a lot. I do.
yeah,
I play a lot. Let me
yeah.
see here. Hold on a second.
Because I've got
See if I
like
can see my
two or three
rewards.
hundred right now. I think.
I have 9204 right now, and my lifetime total is 13,849.
Whew, man, so you're gonna just snap by the playmat day one, and
I'm snap
not
buying
bat.
everything day one.
Yeah, and
I'm
not bat
buying.
an
I'm
eye.
snap. I'm not bad. It's a drop in the bucket,
Yeah,
man.
it's not
Um,
even half.
see, the issue is that I also get everyone's trash at locals, so I have stacks. I still have box. I probably still have like 3,000 packs in
Good
my
lord.
in a bag downstairs. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Well,
I I mean, eventually we're gonna get like those deck boxes they have that they're giving
for
out at World.
yeah,
That might be on the loyalty shop.
maybe
I'm holding out
that's what
for
you're hoping
things,
for.
man.
Yeah,
I am holding out for cool stuff, and I've
yeah.
told Jelly this. I'm like, Jelly, we need cool stuff.
Hmm.
On He's like, what, like t-shirts? I'm like, yes. Polos, sure. Hats, I'll do do-rags, man. I don't
The
care.
doo rags.
I
The
want
doo
something
doo
else
rags.
because I get all my plus ultra. I'm fortunate enough to play at a
Mm.
shop that gets plus ultra packs, that gets them on time, yada yada
Hmm.
yada. So I
Yeah,
usually don't.
yeah. First
I
world
don't. I
problems.
know, and I have another shop an hour north that I could go play at too and get more packs, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
So I'm just lucky. I'm fortunate to live in this magical Christmas land of UVS play that Andrew
yeah,
Holder has said, because
yeah.
I live within driving distance of
A
like
handful of stores.
they have two locations up there in Milwaukee that we can play at, and
Yeah.
then we have my store. So
So
yeah, it's
I guess I do
I get
technically
lucky.
live within like an hour and some change of at
Yeah,
least two stores that
sure.
run stuff, but like
Yeah,
I've only been to one of them, and the other one, like the other one's just like it's so close to like the South Carolina Georgia border, like
yeah,
it's not like it's like
yeah,
45 minutes away from it, right? That I'm just like,
yeah,
why don't I just drive all the way back home? You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm
yeah,
from, like why don't I just do
yeah,
that instead? So I don't ever go to that one, but I should because
yeah.
apparently they got a pretty good group too. So all
Oh,
that to
nice.
say, maybe I
Yeah.
can get a local scene going that's like 15 minutes away, and that would be
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
I gotta actually get out and get that going. So that's on me.
that's fair.
But
Yeah,
but yeah, dude, I thought this was really cool.
very
Only
cool.
other news that's really
I,
dropped. Yeah,
I really hope they do it for Critical Role.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure they're gonna do
Yes.
something like that. If this works, they're
I
gonna
hope
keep
they
it
do this.
going. Don't worry.
I hope they do this for every Challenger
Yeah,
Series deck because this seems like a slam dunk, man.
yeah.
It really
It's
does.
a month long event, and it gets people playing the
Yeah,
locals, and it gets them playing your new content, so they have to buy your new stuff. Like
yeah,
win, win,
yeah,
win. Um,
yeah.
so only other news that's dropped is they dropped the new ban and errata list,
Oh yeah,
and
they did.
spoilers. Nothing got banned from standard, or I guess I might as well call it standard or MHA only,
Yeah,
whatever spotlight, whatever you want to
MHA
call it right now.
only, Spotlight,
Um,
Standard. Yeah,
um,
Retro's the only thing that
because
got touched. Yeah.
everything's fine right now. Like, yeah, Jiro is still real good, but
Hmm.
like she's topping, but she's not winning all the time. Like she's not this like dominant
Yeah.
force. So like there are other decks that can hang with her. So
Yeah.
get ready. She's like that Shigaraki. She's a known quantity. You better be ready for it at the HLC.
Yep.
But at the same time, not like again the only deck in the room. So, but they
Hmm.
did touch some stuff and ban some stuff for retro. For those of you who I guess play retro and even further
Yeah.
like to make jokes that it's not like a real format or whatever. I guess like
Yeah.
well they banned Twisting Azure Inferno.
So I
If you
guess
need me
it's
to
a real
explain why,
format now.
it's because that card's insane. That's why they
Yeah.
banned it.
Yeah.
That card's
Yep.
insane. And when you expand
Yep.
the card pool on its symbols to have 10 more years worth of actions, that card gets
Mhm.
way broken way quick. And there were just a lot of turn one
Yeah.
kills that could happen. Like check a 4, win the game. Woohoo! I did it.
Yep.
So not great. So that's gone. Shokai, go
Oh,
Hosen.
Gohisen? Yeah,
Yeah,
Shoki Gohisen. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the Zolt card that can nuke people on for 10
yeah.
damage on turn one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently this is the other thing is that it's like basically there's a character named Zolt. He can play this. This is a 3 difficulty attack, so it's actually automatic.
Yeah.
And it's multiple 2, which means it makes 2 more copies of it. He does stuff with multiple also, and
And then you just
basically
clear the multiples to get 3 damage apiece.
yeah,
So
it says
so it's
enhanced discard
yeah.
2 multiple copies of this attack from your card pool. This attack is +3 speed and +3 damage for each multiple copy discard this way, so it gets +6/+6,
Yep.
and it becomes a 9 doing 7. And then I think he adds damage or does stuff too. And he
Yeah, I think
interacts with
he adds
multiple. Like
damage to it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always thought he was dumb, and I always thought that like I'm just
He's a
saying like
meme.
yeah, exactly.
He's a
Like
meme.
he
He was
literally
that's what it
when he
is.
came
Yeah.
out, he's like, I'm gonna play a deck that does damage in increments of like 3 to 6, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're bad, delete.
Yeah.
But
I'm just gonna
he's that,
kill you.
yeah, like I remember playing against one, and literally they played like 9 attacks in a turn, and I was like, okay, I'm at half life, and they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, dead. So
Yeah.
anyway, that card was apparently pretty insane in him though. Like you can literally just do it and then
You
play
can kill
2 of them.
7-handers on turn
Yeah,
one.
you play 2 of them on a 3 and a 4, and you just win the game. So they got
Yeah.
rid of that, and then Caden's Blindfold, which this card is ancient.
Yeah,
But
it has a near infinite loop with Tasty Riff.
there you go. So that's why I got gone.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so that's the news. That's what happened.
Yep. That's
I don't
it.
have
Not much.
anything.
Not much other than that.
I don't have anything else to say about it because I don't play retro. I already played all
Yeah,
those
same.
cards. I'm done with that.
Yeah. We're looking forward to standard. So yes.
Mhm. Ready to
Very.
play some them UU cards and play because
Heck yeah.
dude, I'm ready to play for that Wish tournament too. That's such a cool locals idea too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to see what all of the UU characters are gonna be because you got to play one of those in it. And right now we've seen like Yusuke,
Oh.
and I think that's about it, right?
That is it. Yes.
Yeah. So.
I do have a couple hopes for this set
Mhm.
for Dark Tournament.
Mhm.
One, that we have a Genkai character, which I think is a shoe-in. That we have a Genkai character.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want the XR to be young Genkai,
Oh, that would be dope.
and then I need a card that says I'm old Yusuke. I need
Well,
that to be there either
alright.
in the flavor text or I need that as the title.
Well, so like I know that they are doing, or I heard, I won't say no, I heard that they are doing the alternate art secret rare XRs. Like the
Yeah.
secret rares, have their art, but if you pull the
Mhm.
XR version of them, it's not just
It's
that it
supposed to be
has its
super
kanji
rare.
or something
Yeah,
on it.
alt
It's
art.
actually
Yeah.
completely different artwork.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe what you're talking
yeah.
about could happen, right? Maybe it's like a secret rare card, and then it's like, I'm old Yusuke, and it's like, boom, different art. Oh, got him.
I mean, I know that the characters are the only XRs in the entire. I think they're the only XRs, or they're doing characters, I believe, right?
I
Other
don't
than
know.
the secret rares, the characters are also XR'd, but I don't know if they're
Have they
alternate art.
said?
If I
I know
remember
Chromes are coming
correctly.
back. Have they said how many there are?
Yeah, there's 4. It's just the boys. That's it. It's just the boys.
It's got to be the
It's-
boys then, right? If there's just 4, it's
Yeah.
got to be the boys.
Well, because the first one's Yusuke, and then
Mhm.
how we are in the community. We find a piece of art, and then we go immediately look for it through all of the annals of all of TVdom. And
Yeah.
there's a screenshot with them staring down Togoro,
Huh.
and it's the
profile.
profiles. So in Yusuke's is the first profile they
Nah.
show. So obviously
The
it's the
boys.
rest of them.
It's the
So
boys. That's cool, though.
unfortunately, Karama's is going to be redhead Karama, not
Aw.
Yoko Karama, which makes me sad.
Wow, wow. It'll be
So-
solid red though. I'm sure it'll be like the K1 one was,
Oh yeah, I know it looks
It'll look
thick,
good. It'll
but
look good.
yeah, it's man. If I got Karama Chrome, oh boy.
I'm a Hiei fan. I like
Yeah,
Hiei. He's
you
pretty-
and you and
pretty
your
cool.
edgy, you and Andrew Holder like the hedgy
yeah.
munchkin,
Oh, yeah, let's go.
the edgy munchkin.
Dark
Have you
Dragons.
watched? Side note: Have you
Yeah.
watched the live action show yet?
I have not. I still need to watch it and the One Piece
For what
one,
it
all those
is,
others.
it's okay for what it is.
Okay.
I gotten up until the last episode,
Mhm.
but it's okay for what it is. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's okay for what it is. I like it. It's
He
just
said it 3 times,
it's like-
guys. He has to mean it.
it's like
He's
like,
trying
was
really
it-
hard
it's like,
not to hate on it. Is what he's doing.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not hating on it. I like it. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to reiterate. Like the Bebop one, I liked the Bebop one.
Oh,
and
okay. I could not
Bobby-
make it through the Bebop. I watched 2
Yeah.
episodes of Bebop when I was like,
I
deleted.
I liked it for what it was.
I
It was
liked
just-
the
I just-
Bleach one. Okay,
it-
the Bleach one was.
It's more content
alright-ish.
that I get.
It was a
It's more
movie, though.
content for Cowboy Bebop that I get. So
Yeah.
it's
Alright.
that's why I like. That's why I
Yeah.
saw it. It's like cool. I get more UU content. It's
Yeah.
great.
That's fair. That's fair.
But we also get the playmat that you win for winning your Wish qualifier.
Mhm.
is super sick because it's on the Wish tournament
Yeah.
prize support. It's the boys in the wedding costume, in the
Right.
wedding suits.
They're
That's the
suited
slick.
up.
They're suited up. That's
Yeah.
ooh, maybe we get Altart suited up.
Maybe. I was just thinking of How I Met Your Mother. Suit up. You know?
Oh, never seen it. So yeah.
What? Neil Patrick
Nah,
Harris,
that
he always wears a suit, and he's always like, "Suit up,
yeah,
boys."
that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because I've never seen much of that or Big Bang Theory,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
Big
think
Bang.
Big Bang
Hard
Theory
pass.
is I have a very hard view on that show, and
I,
I will not
I,
deviate from it.
I think you and I are probably in the same boat. So
That it makes fun of that
yep,
makes fun of nerd
it
culture and it doesn't
exploits.
embrace
Yeah,
it. It
yeah. It is
exploits
the
nerd
Will and
culture.
Grace
Yeah.
of
Oh,
nerd
yes,
culture.
you're correct.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
Exactly what you mean by that. Correct.
yeah.
Yes,
That
it is.
is what it is.
Anywho, I'm getting off my
we are
soapbox.
we are treading real far into things that we probably shouldn't talk about because
Yeah,
people are gonna have
yeah,
strong different opinions. And guys, don't let that impact your support of our channel, please. We
yeah,
appreciate you. And that being
yeah,
said, yeah,
yeah,
let's take a fork in this one. And
yep,
thank you again to all our Patreon subscribers.
yes,
And I hope you're seeing your names at the end. I've been trying really hard to make sure that I always remember to put that
yeah.
on there. We fully appreciate you. Thank you.
There was
Um,
something else at the end of the episode you
and
told you were going to do, and I forget. Did we do it already?
I don't know. I got the screen up and it should be playing the song, like the little ditty.
Oh, I don't
And it has
remember.
them
All I
there.
know is that I'm streaming
What,
Mondays,
guys, what I just
7:30
learned is Chris
Central.
doesn't watch our videos until the end.
I don't watch her videos.
Oh my
I hate
god.
listening to myself talk.
Okay.
So but anywho, I stream Mondays 7:30 on Twitch /Brody1, and then sometimes I do live streams for games and other things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do Final Fantasy 14. Some things I play the card game. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
and
So
guys, let us know in the comments below. Your experience maybe from the winter warm up
yes,
experience, or
the
even
Winter
further.
Warm-Up Webcam
Okay, yeah, it's
Clash
like the
event too.
WWW,
Yeah,
and not the World Wide Web. And
yeah.
then let us know how you're feeling about the Challenger series. Like I said, we're gonna try to put that video together, play some games, and try to settle this for everybody. But
Yeah.
give us your thoughts. Which ones you think are better, worse? What you're excited about for the new Challenger series stuff as well. And yeah, as always, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. And yeah, take care.
Peace. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.